Namasarvebhya. In the last week we discussed about Bala Vishwe Sanskritam Kimartham. We discussed this topic at length. In this lecture we are going to continue the series. Namo Namaha Varshacharya.
Namo Namaha.
Namo
Namo
Namaha.
Sarvebhyaha.
So yeah, as I mentioned in the last week we discussed about Bala Vishwe Sanskritam Kimartham. In that discussion we discussed at length about how freedom was given to the students in those times, right? We discussed how it was given to them. But I think first question today I want to ask you is स्वातंत्र्यम नाम किम? बाल विश्वे अथवा शिक्षणे स्वातंत्र्यम नाम किम?
सत्यमस्ति। बालविश्वे संस्कृतस्य प्रवेशः इति तु उपायः चिन्तनमस्ति। किमर्थम् एषः उपायः इति चिन्तनसन्दर्भे वयं ज्ञातवन्तः यत् स्वातन्त्र्यं नास्ति शिक्षणे। स्वातन्त्र्यं नाम किम् इति चिन्तयामः चेत् फ्रीडम टु कमिट द मिस्टेक्स while learning. We learn anything we learn, we commit mistakes and we repeat.
Correct.
We analyze ourselves, we observe ourselves and keep improving ourselves many times, and this committing mistakes is not counted.
Correct.
So though you commit, whatever you have improved, it is appreciated, so that becomes inspiration.
Correct.
So this inspiration, if it is there and if you have this freedom to commit the mistakes, then that is freedom in education.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's
So
absolutely correct.
this process is most important, where child is learning something and no one is monitoring his mistakes, how many times he has mistaken.
How many times he has committed the mistake? Yes. Okay.
For example, sleeping line, standing line he is drawing.
Yes. I
And
remember.
constantly he is trying to improve himself.
Right.
He wants to improve, but every time if you are instructing him how to improve, he will not get his own way.
Correct. So
See,
he
when
will
he
not-
asks, giving new way is good. When he asks,
Okay.
but already superimposing that he is in the need and giving instructions constantly, monitoring his improvements is dangerous.
Correct. I
So,
agree.
so this freedom to maintain speed of learning by improving mistakes, learning from their own mistakes.
Correct.
This is most important in the process of education, which is not seen in conventional education today.
Oh, it's completely
That is,
missing.
yes, that is very clear that every time everything is documented. It came on paper. Previously it was on slate. Every time child used to wipe it and
Right.
used to write it again. So wiping, how many times are you wiping? It was not counted at all.
Correct.
But on paper everything is in record, and it is shown to parents also. Teachers are also looking
Yes.
at, and how many times are you trying? That is also open. So child is not in secure situation where he is free to commit the mistakes. How this documentation is there, it is bothering to the child.
It is absolutely bothering, and you're absolutely right that we are not giving these days in the conventional schooling systems. We are not giving children the chance to commit those mistakes. We are not providing that environment. That's absolutely true. That's my parent point of view. But what I think is, you talked about documentation, right? So I want to understand this point of documentation. What do you actually mean? I mean, from a parent's point of view, I have to maintain my child's books. He has to do certain homework. I know that. But I think there is more to it than I am understanding at this point. So would you
Yes,
like to shed some light on this documentation?
It is monitoring, the system, whole system is dependent on monitoring. Our teacher Vasu Acharya will explain. You know it. How from many years he is in this system,
Right.
and he understands how the documentation is maintained and how it is harassing child also and teachers also. And
Definitely. The schools, no. That's my. Sorry for this opinion, but it's terrible and a horrible. Situation. What I have observed is schools are become like a courtrooms. Because here teachers are like advocates. They are putting and managing and all the evidence of each and every child. They are writing it, and it is for what? For the judges. Who are the judges? That the trustees and managements, or schools. They are like a judges. They are going to judge the advocates, means to teachers. And
Teachers are like advocates.
because they are in behind the students to take the evidence of it. Oh, what you have learned. Okay, this or all, and then check it and put it there. Filing up the file and file and file.
Oh, yes.
And the students, they have become like a culprit. That all the system treating them as a culprit.
But where do you say parents then?
Oh, they are petitioner. They have
It's
both
dangerous.
they have both the roles. Sometimes they became petitioner. Sometimes they are like a high court
Supreme Court.
high court and super court.
Okay.
They shift their roles. Okay, so they will say, oh wow, way is good, and sometimes they'll say, no, this is bad, and only he have only one what role of for the teachers is like advocate. Okay, what do you say? Okay, I put the evidence, go for the evidence and put it there. Nothing is like that. So it's very horrible. But my question is for, okay, this is the fact.
This is the
From
current
my
fact. Yes.
my perception, okay.
Yes.
I'm not saying each and every schools are like that. Please, audience, don't think like that.
Mm.
There are many good schools also, but in majority terms, what we are discussing and observing,
Yeah.
but the how this situation and this it happened. They became is all the process or this unit of teaching. It has become like this.
Courtroom.
Actually,
Like
I
a
would
courtroom.
like to give.
Please, Ben, discuss on this. Huh?
Yes,
I
yes.
really, I'm there to listen you, and I'm very eager to know this about.
Okay, so just to recap what Acharya Vasudev has to say is that yes, the schools in many cases have become like a courtroom where they are maintaining the documentation. And even I am eager to know how we have come to this point of time where the schools have become courtroom. Do we? I mean, would you like to, Acharya? Would you like to shed some light on where did this all start?
See, this was shocking for me when Vasudev talked about courtroom. So this is really means his analogy is nice.
Yes.
Actually, if I give thought to this situation, we'll have to go to the social conditions from which we started documentation.
Okay.
Actually, when the documentation is done, only record maintenance is different, but for proving for something and maintaining record is different. So that is due to lack of trust.
Lack of trust.
Means Britishers ruled us and they wanted our people to rule us. Our people were ruling us itself.
So Britishers ruled us and they wanted some of our people to rule us. Okay.
And they were taking feedback from them, whoever were ruling over here, means they were helping them to rule us.
Correct.
So this system was set up that every thing should be documented, where no gap will be remained, where
even
they
allowed.
lose their control.
Or even allowed.
Yes. Well, they will lose the control. So everything was systematized. What clerks used to do, what officers used to do, they used to document everything.
Everything.
So what happens, how many times was most important for them,
Okay.
and what are the results then after was very important to them. And
Okay.
this everything percolated in our education system, where there is no trust on teacher. The teacher has good intention to teach the child, but how much time have you wasted, how much time have you given, how honest have you been with the child to teach. And again, child is monitored, how many times you have taken the efforts. Actually, child is clean and clear, he wants to learn, he will take the efforts.
Correct.
So this is believed in our culture.
Correct.
And teachers, how they are believed in that they have clean intention of teaching their shishya.
Mhm.
So their intention is clear, and they'll help as much as possible.
Correct.
They'll help
Yes.
their child.
Yes.
So this was the matter of trust. But when it lost, everything was monitored. You are supposed to show whatever is done.
So, what I'm hearing from you, Acharya,
Yes.
is that this monitoring,
Yes.
overseeing what is being done,
Yes.
started in the British era
Yes.
when they started ruling.
Yes.
But even after the independence,
Yes.
70 years have passed.
Hmm.
Because it percolated from British in our education systems, in our law systems, and everywhere.
Yes.
We have kind of inherited that and continued running the same education system that we inherited.
See, here point comes when intrinsic sanyamanam or control or extrinsic control.
Correct.
You know, means I am bothered out of your telling you that in Europe, when soldiers went for wars,
Yeah.
they used to lock their wife. I have this reference. But in India, when soldiers went for war, their wives were waiting for them. They didn't marry again.
Correct.
So this was intrinsic, control of
Atma
their life.
Sanyamanam.
Atma Sanyamanam means wife was she kept herself for him for long time. And in Europe, the system came that they started locking her.
Okay.
So
So the
system itself
point
is
of trust or distrust was never an issue.
it was intrinsic. And that is by appealing moral commitment, appealing inspiration, appealing to your inspired, motivated life. It was through that. Because our Savitri is behind Satyavan because of her intrinsic, motivation. So, and external control is what? Everything is dependent on external
Stimuli.
hazard, external threatening. Everything is dependent on that. So that external threatening came in the documentation.
External.
So,
okay.
so that intrinsic and extrinsic difference is there. That extrinsic life is super powered, and now we are locked in that system where every time we look outside, that control is from outside. Actually, control is from inside. It is possible through motivation, because each and every child wants to learn. He will control himself. How many times he is mistaking? He is observing. If he wants to, swim, how many times he will commit the mistakes? He jumps for 10 times. For 11th time, he is swimming
Ready.
nicely.
Yeah.
So for in dance, in swimming, in cycling, everywhere we get it because they have that motivation. That is the practical thing which is there. But the same thing is there in writing habits also, and learning habits, or getting information about the topic or about science or maths or something. That there also, though it is not skill because you cannot see it. The swimming is a skill. You can see it that he is improving. But here in maths, he needs more freedom. And you cannot observe him. That's why you have come to documentation. But he has clear intention. Though he swims, he is giving his 100%. Though he learns maths, he is giving his 100%.
Okay.
So learning is same both the ways.
So I understand now the
Yes.
origins of why documentation has percolated into our education system.
Yes.
The next thing that I would think is natural for us to discuss is we are not going to change the schooling system or the education system overnight, but what is the interim solution, or what is the solution that would take us to that pre-independence or pre-British era, if I have to say it that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll come back to Sanskrit.
Okay.
Start teaching Sanskrit. Students will, though they are monitored, they will get that capacity to analyze themselves in very, very, very compact manner. And though they are monitored for 100 times, they are given to commit given freedom to commit the mistakes.
Okay.
That is one situation. But here someone is monitoring. That's why they get chance for only 20 times. So in 20 times, what is done by me, that analytical thinking is most important, and that is improved through Sanskrit. If child is learning Sanskrit, it happens that every time by his proper logical path is understanding what is to be changed.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from this point is that, so even if you are in a where freedom is not given,
Yes.
if your life is accompanied by Sanskrit, by learning Sanskrit, child's analytical abilities are improved,
Yes.
and however many times he is going to get that chance to commit the mistakes, this analytical processing ability is now increased. He will be able to correct his mistake before somebody else, parent or a teacher, taunts him to correct the mistake. Is that what I'm gathering?
I won't promise you, but मम अनुभवः अस्ति. यदा संस्कृतं पठति जनाः, तदा बहवः जनाः वदन्ति यद् अन्य सर्वाः भाषाः मम कृते सरलाः अभवन् यदा आरभ्य अहं संस्कृतं पठामि.
एवं वा?
वैद्याः अपि महामहावैद्याः उक्तवन्तः यद् मम चिन्तनम् अत्यन्तं शुद्धं जातमस्ति, मम तर्कशुद्धता वृद्धा अस्ति संस्कृत अध्ययनेन. ये सङ्गणके प्रोग्रामिङ्ग् कुर्वन्ति ते अपि जनाः मम कृते उक्तवन्तः सन्ति. बहु वर्षेभ्यः तेषाम् अनुभवः अस्ति. यदा आरभ्य संस्कृतम् अधीतं तदा आरभ्य चिन्तने क्लेशः नास्ति. अतीव उत्तमतया यथा वदामः यत् ब्रेन् कोहेरेन्स्, अतीव मस्तिष्कस्य सर्व आयामे वर्धनं भवति इति.
सर्व आयामे वर्धनं भवति.
सत्यं सत्यं.
But that's a brilliant point. We need to discuss this. So what I mean by that is, Sanskrit improves brain coherence.
Yes.
To me, this still sounds very abstract.
Really, it sounds abstract to everyone.
Everyone.
Yes.
So I think, would you like to give some examples from Sanskrit language?
Yes. Last
Why-
time we took example of K last time,
Correct.
and we were saying that if you want to teach K, it is not sure that they will learn K itself. When child is learning K, to write K, we'll take example of writing. First of all, he went to this standing line, then K rounds. Gradually, he is improving.
Correct.
Once he understands that this is not correct, then again he understands this is not correct. Then he starts improving. He is analyzing himself.
Correct.
Now we'll say, see by the way of sound. Last time we saw that Akasha Tattva is purified
Absolutely.
because of sound.
Correct.
Here in Sanskrit, K is half. When you say K,
Ka.
then you say then it becomes K.
Ka.
This realization is only given in Sanskrit language.
Yes.
About
No-
letters.
No other language has that.
Yes. This phonic realization is given in Sanskrit itself. That K is half as a Vyanjanam, and if I don't pronounce a swara, then I cannot pronounce K. This is one example where the child starts his logical thinking, where he was losing, where is a, no, it is lost. In normal languages, in generally, we don't denote that
Denote
what is
that.
half. Yes, we don't denote that. And here in Sanskrit, first step is taken. This is the example where we are very, very logical, where we took logical path. Another example is what we call padapaha.
Okay.
Padena jalam pibati iti padapaha.
Padena jalam pibati iti padapa. Bahut sundaram.
Because tree, he drinks water by his legs.
Correct.
That's why padapa. So that's why name is given padapa.
This is very interesting.
Very logical. All the words are logical, like this. And every time we don't teach this, but this is realized. Padapa. What is this? Pa piba. Gradually, as students are saying pibati, vriksha jalam pibati, at the time itself they understand why he is called as padapa,
Padapa.
because they know pada, they know pa. So this goes on. For example, marjaraha, as we say marjayati. Then another example, vyakaranam, vyakaroti iti vyakaranam.
व्याकरोति वाच
विवरणं
विवरणं करोति
विशिष्टं तस्य विवरणं करोति इति व्याकरणं.
व्याकरणमस्ति.
So each and every word, n number of words can be discussed. All the words are like that in Sanskrit. But Prakrit would go by that way.
I just wanted to ask you that in Marathi there are words like dhabdaba, but which are probably inherited from the sound the waterfall makes. Daba daba daba. Parantu in Sanskrit also, is that the case, or in Marathi, what is the difference between the Prakrit or the derived languages and Sanskrit?
See, we can say that if I want to be logical, my mother tongue is also with me.
Correct.
But mother tongues are dependent on Sanskrit logic.
Correct.
All the cases, all the words, all the vyutpatti or morphology, etymology is dependent on Sanskrit language.
Correct.
For Kannada also, Telugu also, Tamil also, for Marathi also, Hindi also.
Correct.
Words which are created in Prakrit language, they are created by sound which is heard. If you say tick-ticky is there, so that tick-ticky might be some insect also.
Right.
Tick-ticky might be some game or some
Yeah.
Kridanakam also.
Yeah.
Or tick-ticky might be some person also.
Person also,
so,
yes, possible.
so because of that sound you are naming it.
Correct.
This doesn't happen in
Sanskrit.
Sanskritam. Here you have definite reason to say what do you say? For example, Jalaprapataha for Dhabdaba, it's sounding Dhabdaba. If someone is jumping, then Dhabdab, he is Dhabdab doing something. Then also, but,
Yeah.
but in Sanskrit, what is that? Jalaprapataha is water is falling. So
down.
you are saying. So this goes on English also. Waterfall. This goes on English also. But here, for water they cannot go more deep. Fall, they cannot go more deep. In Sanskrit, Jala, they will go more deep. Prapata, they go more deep.
Absolutely.
For example, Pakshi. Paksham asti. Yes.
Ataha.
Saha. Pakshi. Pakshin. Adhikarin. Yasya adhikara asti saha adhikarin. Yasya paksha asti. Pankha. Saha pakshin.
Isn't it
Words like this.
word minki also there?
It is in,
one of the
Rajasthani language, minki is there. In Sanskrit, miwati is the basic root.
Correct.
Whatever meow meow is done by cat, that is said as she is Samiwati.
Samiwati.
Marjari miwati.
Ah.
So miwati, it can be miwaki, and then it changed to Prakrit as minki. So Mivki, that Mivki became Anuswar, and then that becomes Minki. So all these type of many examples we get in etymology, how the Prakrit words are created, and that's why this precise way of thinking is inculcated in child's life if they learn Sanskrit.
Absolutely beautiful.
So this preciseness is applied everywhere in their learning process also.
So that's why, that's what you mean by learning Sanskrit.
Yes.
The brain coherence increases is because of the way Sanskrit has inherent structure and the discipline
Yes.
that is inherent to the Sanskrit language. And if we can give that discipline,
Yes.
the brain coherence of the child,
Yes.
automatically increases.
Yes.
That's very enlightening, Acharya.
Really.
So I think we would like to conclude today's session.
Satyamasti. Namo
Satyamasti.
Namaha.
Namo Namaha. Namaste.